Well, welcome everyone. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Lynn. And thanks everyone for joining and welcome back. This is another round of the AEZ Quadratic grant with DoraHacks. We're now through to round 7. So we've got a number of veteran grantees that have been with us for a few rounds. A few of those top veterans have actually left since round 6 because they've achieved such great funding and some really great achievements. So a big shout out to the teams that departed after round 6. We have 2 new grantees for this round. One, I believe, was in the demos yesterday, and today we have Cosmos Hub Africa joining the squad, as well as NiftyZK, Beep, Apello, and Chain Abstraction, who will be familiar from previous rounds. But for anyone that isn't sure about the AEZ QF quadratic grant with DoraHacks, I'll give a quick overview. So this is a long-term funding program, mainly targeting public goods, projects, and app chains in the Cosmos ecosystem. And we've got funding from Cosmos Hub and AA DAO, as well as Dora Factory. And there's a lot up for grabs in each round to support their ongoing development. So just a reminder where we are in this round. The Macy vote, the community vote has started. So if you are an Atom staker on any validator, you're automatically whitelisted for the Macy round. So you'll be able to cast your vote completely free for any of the projects in any of the demos that you saw yesterday, today, or tomorrow. You have until the 8th of October to cast your vote. So if you're an Atom staker, doesn't matter how much, doesn't matter what validator, head over to dorahacks.io/AEZ, and you'll be able to connect your wallet and you'll be whitelisted to then cast your vote for the projects that you want to support. And that will determine the distribution of 20K USDC amongst these teams. So good stuff. Let's get going because we have a lot of projects to get through today. So I think we can kick it off with our new grantee, Cosmos Hub Africa. This is a community grantee. We lost a few community grantees after the last round, moving on to greener pastures. So great to have another great community joining the AEZ grantees. So Cosmos Hub Africa and the team from Cosmos Hub Africa, the floor is yours. Go ahead with your presentation.
Hello everyone. I'm Pobla, founder and lead Cosmos of Africa. So I'm going to share my screen now. So I believe everyone can see my screen now.
Yep, looks good.
So awesome. So Cosmos of Africa is a good facilitator for Cosmos, the hub and heart in Africa. We launched last year in December, where we kicked off with the Niger Hackathon. So the main purpose of this community is to grow builders, developers, creators, and users within Africa to contribute to Cosmos, the hub, and the growth of Atom in Africa. And they've never been a presence for Atom in Africa since the inception of Cosmos, the launch of Cosmos Mainnet or Cosmos of Mainnet. There've never been any activities in Africa, and based on the current report, research, and statistics out there, Nigeria ranks second when it comes to global adoption. Yet, Cosmos doesn't have any presence in Africa until last year, where we actually launched the Cosmos Hub African community. So, generally, we hosted a hackathon, which was focused on Cosmos Hub and Cosmos Hub, and also building with Cosmos WAMPs, where we had over 160 hackers participated in that, and over 49 builds were submitted. It was over 49, but we only approved 49 builds. And from the builds submitted, we had over 40 winners across different categories. One of the winners, which is Beep, Paddy, Artwork, Lentro, Tradi, Delegated Staking Agent, Neutron, NFT Launch, and so on and so forth. And also, this brings a lot of creators to Cosmos, those who actually created content on more additional content on Atom, on Cosmos Hub, and series of developer workshop, which was held in Nigeria, in Lagos, in Abuja, in Enugu, in Kaduna, and here the highlights of the videos held that was held across Nigeria. We held event in Lagos, which was the first Cosmos Hub presence in Nigeria, where we had over participants join us, learn more about Cosmos, join interactive workshop, and series of demo and so on and so forth. Builders for Lagos join us in the future. Have builders from Kano State who join us in Kano, which alternate media, join the hackathon and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, like I say, we have 9 build and about 14 of them were winners from this hackathon. Among these winners is BIP, who are currently participating in the AEZ Quadratic funding as well, who actually originated from Cosmos of Africa hackathon. The main purpose of what's next for us is actually uh, incubating some of these winners, which include the party, the artwork, and any other winners from Hackathon who feel they are going to be product market fit for the Africa ecosystem and are going to actually drive adoption to Atom in terms of probably active wallets, in terms of people actually holding Atom and traders, and also content creators, those not just content creators, anybody who actually wants to learn more about Atom, more what's out there about and also to host events across Africa where we'll be doing series of workshop activation, university outreach, and also working with institutions and stakeholders across Africa because this is really important for adoption. We've seen the rise of local stablecoin, which is being launched across the whole world. And I think this can be launched on Cosmos. If not yet, we can actually have them cross bridge to Cosmos. We've seen a lot of interesting applications who are launching on Solana base and so on. And we want them to actually launch on Cosmos or to utilize Atom, whereby bringing more demand for Atom, bringing more usage for the Cosmos tech stack, and also bringing more users to the ecosystem. Because I think one of the most important aspects when it comes to building in Cosmos is having access to users, which is something we tend to bring into the Cosmos ecosystem. Africa has over 1.7 billion young population, and tapping into 1% of that population alone will be a game changer for the Cosmos Hub and the whole Cosmos ecosystem. So we'll be launching the incubation program where we'll be selecting 17 to join the incubation program. At the end of the incubation program, 3 teams will be selected as winners, where they'll be having access to resources, funding, co-marketing support, and any other way we can make sure that whichever products they are building on Cosmos Hub or building that uses or utilize Atom, get into the African market, get actual users, and also cost generate revenue as well. Beyond that, we'll be initiating series of social media marketing where we'll be creating content, promoting Atom, Cosmos Hub, and the technology as well. Also, we'll be working with institutions and communities across Africa to further expand Cosmos Hub and technology stack and tech stack, which across Africa, having more builder, either build with it or build on it. So it's 2 ways, for those who are already building on other blockchain we could have them integrate probably any of the tech stack or integrate Atom into the existing platform, whether it's on-ramp, off-ramp, whether it's B2B or whatever it is they are building, having them utilize Atom or build with the Cosmos stack, tech stack. So, also organize workshop, attend events, speak at some big events across Africa on Cosmos and so on and so forth. So basically, this is what we are actually focused on at Cosmos of Africa. We did we plan to expand across beyond Nigeria. We launched in Nigeria, but we plan to expand to other African countries like South Africa, who has one of the highest VC rates in Africa, and also looking at Kenya, looking at Botswana, Ghana, and other African countries who are emerging as the top crypto countries globally. Thank you. Oh, sorry, your mic is mute.
That's a very good point. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I was just saying thank you so much, and it's good to hear about what you're planning in the future as well. And since you mentioned Beep as the winner or one of the winners of the hackathon that you hosted on DoraHacks, let's go over to Beep next. Welcome back, Beep or Combeep.
Thank you. So let me share my screen. Uh, all right. So BIP is basically trying to build simplest access to Web3 for Web2 users. So we know that social media, including WhatsApp, is pervasive globally, and this is even more true in Nigeria as well as USSD in African countries. So BIP is trying to tap into that and kind of provide Web3 to users that ordinarily want to be aware of blockchain and crypto and other stuff through a simple interface. So the problem we're trying to solve is financial exclusion for a lot of individuals in emerging markets, including Nigeria. And this is due to limited internet access, lack of Web3 friendly interfaces, uh, and complex onboarding processes. So we try to fix this by providing an offline access through SSD and global access through simple interface like WhatsApp. We also provide tokenization for fiat and allow people to kind of like convert their real fiat to on-chain equivalent that they can use to do whatever they want to do without having to go through any third-party service. And they can also withdraw that fiat anytime they want from the tokenized version. We're also working on providing cross-chain intent, starting with IBC enabled smart contract and IBC enabled chain, and making sure that all assets on the platform is non-custodial and control of the users on the platform without us having any direct access to those funds, except who we are explicitly given access to. So, what did we achieve so far? So far, we've achieved we were able to get 50 close beta testers, and most of them were happy with the app. They wanted the app to not consider crypto management. Basically, did a smart contract wallet that also performs intent on behalf of users and provided a paymaster so users can carry out gasless transactions. We also implemented a smart contract in Cousin Wazin to support different IBC chains simultaneously. So you just have to deploy single uniform Cousin Wazin smart contract and any IBC enabled Cousin Wazin supporting chain within the Cosmos ecosystem. And basically, BIP is connected to that chain and can service users from that chain to other chains that are connected via IBC. We also introduced our WhatsApp interface because we faced some challenges in taking out the USSD application to live. We'll talk about that momentarily. And we also implemented the solver. The solver uh, is aimed to be fast, so we don't use any database. We store everything in memory using Rust, and it's kind of like help us to ensure that things happen fast. But we're hoping to improve that so that things can happen better, not just fast only. So we're able to achieve all this since the last uh, funding. So before then, what we were able to achieve was just a simple MVP during the hackathon, and we were able to convert that MVP to small, stable components that are separate and work more efficiently. And we're able to get this now. So what next for us? Next is to get more users to test out our application. We also plan to open out the WhatsApp to beta testers, hopefully aiming to get 100 testers, and to standardize APIs to interact with BIP so that third party services and developers can build on BIP and get access to Cosmos and Cosmos liquidity. We are also planning to make fiat management non-custodial, so we shouldn't have direct access to those funds, just like we don't have direct access to user crypto on the platform. And we are trying to leverage incentivized agents, similar to how many mobile money services do in Nigeria and like Africa. So these agents kind of pull funds together and they serve as the direct intermediary and the next phase to us making fiat management non-custodial. We're planning to integrate with fiat banks to see if they have functionality similar to ERC20 allowance that allows us to keep the funds in users' bank or banking services, and we're only able to use the funds after we've been given explicit assets access and only when we need to use it. So it's completely in the hands of the users. So that's but before then, the next iteration of keeping asset non-custodial is to use these agents. These agents, they just serve as the medium to convert fiat uh, to tokenized stables. In this case, Nigeria naira, and hopefully from there we'll move on to the more concrete and long-term implementation of how we plan to introduce a non-custodial wallet. And we also plan to improve the execution of the solver. We want things to be as cheap as they are in Nigeria, and based on standard crypto fees, it's a bit more expensive. Expecting around an average of, let's say, 10 cents per transaction. It's not a lot for some people, but in Nigeria, it can be a deal breaker for some people. Getting to charge them um, almost 100 naira for a transaction, that might be very, very discouraging. So we're planning on how to ensure that we get fees as low as possible, so that for some cases users don't even need to pay any fee, and we still make profit. Then, and in a way for us to achieve this is batch execution and fee optimization. We're going to work on that, and then we're also going to use dark pools like OTC, directly servicing uh, users' intents with pools that have been put together from this our agents, and so that transactions execution can actually be faster, and settlement can also be smoother. So, some of the challenges that we faced before we go to see how the WhatsApp interface work is that the legal landscape for crypto wallets is not, it's not clear, especially in Nigeria. So we've been having challenges getting appropriate license and registration so that we work within the legal framework. So until then, we'll continue to call until when we're able to get full license to operate in at least one country. We'll continue to call all our users beta users, beta testers for legal reasons. So yeah, how does the WhatsApp interface work? It looks very similar uh, to the SS interface. So I'm just going to play the video, and you can see that if it's too long, uh, you I need to use it.
we might need to wrap up the demo quite soon.
All right.
We have a few others to get through.
All right. Thank you very much. So this is uh, what we've been up to all this while, and we look forward to more support. Thank you.
All right, great. And thanks for the demo. Sorry to cut you short. We just have a few other grantees to get through. So I think we can go over to NiftyZK.
Hi. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay.
Okay. So NiftyZK, it's a Circom development tool with first-class support for CosmWasm. It's to create zero-knowledge proof-based smart contracts on Cosmos. So what's in the new version? It's 0.3. I have a Plonk implementation and NiftyZK AI, which is a preview. It's a preview of AI features. So what is Plonk? Plonk is a flexible zero-knowledge proof proving system without circuit-specific setup. So previous zero-knowledge proof proving systems require the setup when you have created the circuit, which was a phase 2 trusted ceremony. Now, Plonk does not require this. It just reuses files, setup files from the Aztec protocol. And after that, you can just develop your circuit and you don't have to run ceremonies again. So this lets you ship to production very fast and to test your circuits. And it worked the same as before in NiftyZK. Before it used the GROT16 proving system, and now you can use also Plonk. The trade-offs is that Plonk is less gas efficient, and the verification of proofs on chain is more expensive, but you can move faster and you can go to production from testing more quickly. It uses a Bellman C Rust library in the CosmWasm contracts and inside NiftyZK also. So how Plonk was integrated? NiftyZK has two compilers for Plonk. First, there is Snark.js, and then there is Bellman CE. So Snark.js outputs Plonk verification keys and proofs, but they were not compatible with CosmWasm and Rust. So I ended up adding a Rust backend into NiftyZK. There was a tool out there already called Plonkit, which was a command line wrapper around the Rust library for Plonk, and NiftyZK ate Plonkit, and now it's inside it. And I rewrote the APIs to be fully compatible with the browser and the server. So now NiftyZK contains all the features of Plonkit. So for local development, it still uses Snark.js for fast iteration. So you can use a command NiftyZK dev, and then you can write your circuits and compile them instantly in memory and use logging inside the circuit for iterative development. And you don't have to run a long compilation process. That works with Snark.js. But if you want to compile to run the unit tests and to create a CosmWasm contract, then it was switched to another compiler backend, which is written in Rust. And overall, 1,400 lines of Rust was added to NiftyZK. And yeah, it's a WASM binary inside the project. So the new commands for NiftyZK is you can initialize a new Plonk-based project with NiftyZK init Plonk, and then use NiftyZK dev to iterate on your circuits when you're developing. NiftyZK compile will compile with the new compiler. NiftyZK Plonk files is a downloader tool that lets you manage and download trusted set of files. They are reused from a previously made ceremony for the Aztec network. And then NiftyZK gen contract will generate the CosmWasm contract that works with your circuit, and it has a low level interface. So here you can see some examples when NiftyZK version is 0.3.0, and then you can see how I initialize a project with Plonk and go through the interactive scaffolding menu, and then the project folder looks like this. So you have some circom circuits, and the project now contains a folder called Plunkit, which has some WASM files and some JavaScript and TypeScript, and the test. And you can see the tests here, which is this index.test.js, and you can run these tests after compilation. That's when most of these files will be available. For each proof, there must be a witness computed, and the first part of the code is just setting up an input specific witness, and then import the setup file, R1CS file, which is outputted by the compiler, and the vkey, which is also outputted by the compiler. And you will have a prove and verify um, functions on the Plunkit. And these work in the browser, these work in Node.js, so you can build them into your applications easily. And when you're developing a project, you don't actually have to touch this uh, index.test.js. You have to modify the inputs and the circuits, and this can stay as is, as you can add more tests under it, but this just tests, prove, and verify in the most basic way. Um, and over here, you can see I run npm run test, and this is an output from Rust, and the tests passed. They should always pass after you create a project. You run compile, you download the setup files, you run the tests, everything passes. To generate a contract, you use NiftyZK gen contract and add the folder. And that will also run the tests internally, and you can see the same output and need to select the setup file that was downloaded with the downloader tool, and it's gonna write the Rust contract, and this is how the project is laid out. You have this verify.rs, and inside the verify.rs, you can see the verification functions. So everything is low level, but it's more gas efficient this way. So this is the most gas efficient way to do it, I think, is to have the verification key encoded in the contract as a vec u8. And when you're passing a proof to the contract, you're passing a vec u8 proof, which is here in the test, an example proof. And this is the direct output of the previous function that was Plunkit from .proof. So that one outputs this uh, buffer or vec u8 that you can directly pass to the contract. And if you want to extract some information from the proof, you can load proof from bytes, and that will that will parse it into a proof struct where you have access to the inputs. But for now, the access is low level, and developers can do whatever they want with this after setting it up. So the next thing is NiftyZK AI. So these are the new AI features that are coming to NiftyZK. It's in preview and experimental, as I'm still working out the details. So it's a vibe coding interface that helps generate circom and CosmWasm code. It introduces the NiftyZK vibe command. It uses OpenAI and requires an API key. So it will prompt you to enter an API key, and it will be saved in the project, and the file is added to gitignore. And it allows currently to generate a single file or ask questions about a single file. So NiftyZK provides scaffolding and guardrails. And scaffolding is one of the things that LLMs can do very well, but maybe they shouldn't, because they often overbuild, and you're just using up a lot of tokens that could be spent on something else. And NiftyZK is very opinionated, and it has a way, it tells developers, it gives developers a way to do something exactly, and gives you the tools to do it. and it works also with LLMs, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just use what was provided for you already in the API for NiftyZK. And it's a perfect fit for LLMs, and you can you integrate it into your workflow um, when you're wipe coding easily. So the AI is in preview when you can generate code using the command NiftyZK vibe and the flag cosmvasm or the flag circum and pass a prompt. And the file you need to pass file name also. And to ask questions about the code is the same, but you add a preserve flag so it knows to do not update the file, to don't override the contents. You can see an example here. Um, NiftyZK vibe cosmvasm, add the file and the prompt to generate me a token contract, and it will output this. It will stream it and then write it to the file, and it just outputted me a simple token contract. And to ask questions about it, um, is NiftyZK vibe cosmvasm and the file, and then the prompt, and then a preserve flag, and then in the prompt I ask it to explain to me the dependency of this contract, and then it will print it. And because I pass this preserve flag, it will not touch anything on disk. It will just output to the console, and that's it. And you can use this to, if you don't understand something in the circum circuits, you can ask it questions about it. If you want it to build something for you, you can do that. Or it can give you a tutorial like this on how to add a dependency to your project. So the future of NiftyZK AI is under development. There will be an MCP server for industry standard interface. So NiftyZK will support AI coding tools like Cursor and other IDEs where you can configure an MCP server, and uh, the LLMs can already interact with it. Um, Working on a vibe coding interface that will be an interactive built-in terminal-based vibe coding interface using the command niftyzk vibe and then it flag, which will include a context manager where you can manage the memory of the LLMs. You can configure different providers for your LLMs, so OpenAI and Claude and local LLMs also, and should support multiple files. So you should be able to configure which file should be in context, which file shouldn't be in context. Should it output one file? Should it output multiple files? It should be agentic and know all the commands for NiftyZK and set up the project for users automatically, and uh, develop the code. And it should be a self-building SDK with human in the loop, where a user just specifies, or a developer just specifies, hey, I want to create a privacy focused swap, and then it will kind of do it for you in a way where you have to approve each step to get there, and it will recommend changes, and you say, yes, I want this change, or no, I don't want this change. And then it's kind of an iterative way to develop circuits and smart contracts. So this is what is under development right now. And that's it. Um, you can try Plonk, and NiftyZK preview is already out. It's on GitHub. So you can scaffold a new project with Plonk and deploy it to production very fast without having to host a circuit specific ceremony and host a server and get people to contribute some entropy and that kind of stuff. You can just write the code and deploy. And the AI features are also out. You can ask an LLM about the project or uh, ask it to modify a file. and everything else is coming in the next few months. Okay, that's it.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks, Peter. Thank you, and good to see your updates. Looks like a lot is going on
yeah, quite a
with
lot actually.
Nifty. Yeah, been busy. Cool. All right. Well, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Next
thank
we
you.
can jump straight into Apello with Joe. Hey, Joe, welcome back.
Hello, James. Hello, and hi to all the builders from the Cosmos here with us today. It was really great to be with you here today. Yeah, I want to thank you, James, and all the teams from DoraHacks for this great support that you guys are giving us, and giving us the light to keep building and supporting the mission of that we all have, which is growing the Cosmos. Let me share my screen and please tell me when you can see it. So it's a quick introduction about Apello.
Yep, we got it.
Lovely. Let me first start with a quick introduction about myself. So I'm Joe V. I was here in the Cosmos back in the chair days coming from Solana. I was a big fan of NFTs, and my background is especially in data engineering, and now I'm doing more analytics. I worked before with Hedera, one of the fastest global blockchains. Yeah. So when I joined Terra, so I was helping people building custom solutions for them from web to bots to automations, scripts, etc. Then some communities suggested that it's better for us instead of having tons of solution because in no time I found myself reaching the limits of the bots that I created for people. So people ask us, why don't you go under one brand and you work on it and grow it? So it will be better for you and for us all. And that's it. So that's what I did. So we put all the solutions that we delivered for people in Terra under one name, which is Apello. So Apello, it's Apollo plus Ape, which was my main favorite character back then. So it's because I was a big NFT vegan in Terra. Yeah. So we started working on Apello before the Terra collapse. Then things happened and we all took a break. It was really bad. And then in the Terra 2, so we get back to work and we started helping communities and actually we did really good. So we were the ones who told a lot of projects to go back and mint and start NFT activity. Yeah. Till now when we are really with huge numbers, so now we are the first token gating solution in all the Cosmos with over 1,800 projects using it. Actually now it's 1,900. Our project is fully open source. It's free for everyone, and now it's been we are in server for more than 2.5 years. So we never charge something. We support multi-chains and our tool is super flexible. We have 9 chains supported. Um, yes, so for in the last round, so what we did is we worked on a status dashboard. So where you can, if you feel that the system is not working properly, you can head to our system, to our status app, where you can see the latest reports the latest errors that we flag in if we have any downtimes, if one of our endpoints from APIs, SSLs, DBs, RPCs, nodes, etc., if it's malfunctioning, you can see everything there. You can see also if all our bots are working properly. If there is anything, we will flag it there, and once it's resolved, we will also update you. Um, so that was the major update from our last round, which is the round 6. We also did some updates on our load balancing solution. So it's more we added some parallel stuff, so it can handles requests for projects. The main fix was mainly for the projects that they have over 30 rules. So Sometimes it took more than the time expected, so we fixed that. So now you can go up to 100 euro with no problem, and the replay can come in less than 2-3 seconds. We just tried this yesterday with the project that sets we set up the more than 35 rule, and I personally tried it with when I have over of 22 wallets linked, and the replay was in 3 seconds. I can show you this in action. Um, yeah, so one of our main tools, which is the Apello token gating, I believe if you are in the Cosmos, you already used our tool. Our tool, actually, the utility of our tool is not only providing token gating, knowing your community is helping you securing your community is growing it, etc. The thing is we are contributing indirectly to growing the whole cosmos. Why? Because as you can see, if a new project is launching, he is using Apello. Why? To grant access to an X project. So those people they are coming and growing his community, contributing to his community, and the other people are getting benefits like whitelist, airdrops, whatever, like we see now in the Celestia server, Anoma, whatever, they are all using Apello where they have over 500,000 users in there, and Apello is working perfectly with no problems. Um, as I was saying, so and the other people are all the people from, let's say, Celestian Slots, Bad Kids, Mad Scientists, etc. So they are also getting benefits, like as I said, the airdrop, and the Anoma or the other project is also getting growing the community. So Apello, if we didn't have Apello, this would not be possible. You cannot allow people to join. You cannot have a lot of flexibility. And one of the new things that we are adding, so it's not going to be now token gating by NFTs and tokens. Now we are also adding by delegations. So if you are a validator, you want to grow your community, you will be able using Apello to identify people. If you are a Cosmos secure, so you are running multiple nodes on the Cosmos, multiple validating multiple Cosmos chains, so you can easily set up rules in your community, Telegram or Discord. So come into the Telegram later, in Discord and Telegram, and you can identify people who are delegating more than X amount from X coin. So that will help you know your community. If you give them perks, that will motivate them to delegate more to you, to support you, etc. And so that's it. So also other projects can invite your community, offer to them whitelist if you are a big validator or so. So yeah, that's one of the things that we are working on it in parallel with our in our roadmap, along with the other milestones that we are setting here in DoraHacks. What we did recently is we also added the new version of OmniFlex. So now people from OmniFlex can use Apple free. So they also have a big NFT marketplace. And in the current round, which is the round 7, so now we are kicking one of the biggest updates ever, which is adding the possibilities of running private Telegram groups powered by, as I said, NFTs token and delegations. So that will come with the new version of our dashboard. So it will support now verifying your Discord, Telegram, and wallets. So yeah, so those are the two main updates that we are bringing in the current round. And yeah, I hope it will be super helpful. And if you need anything, you can for sure reach out to us. Other than this tool that I just mentioned, we do have an NFT calendar where you can, if you have an upcoming launch, you can book it there. If you have if you want to take a snapshot of the people of your holders, your community, so we can give you that. So we have the possibility of doing that, and taking into account the user's privacy. We will never give you this account has this address. We will only give you the addresses. So we will respect people's privacy, which is one of our main things from day one. So we never ever gave anyone the list of people with the Discord. And yes, so and the other things that we are kicking this in this round, so actually it's already there, but it's not super powerful, which is the AI powered commands. So now we have the one that can set up the rules. It's not super, so it's still buggy. That's why we turned this off. But now what we are doing is we do have already the classic debugging that can flag most of the errors with Apello. So most of the common errors that we faced during the last 2 years, we try to tackle them with one command. So Apello can automatically tell you if you have a command that is blocking the verification, whatever. But now it's going to be more AI powered, where you can get also hints on how to fix it, and the AI agent will say with you till you have the fix. So it will tell you go here with direct links, with screenshots, and it can also analyze screenshots if you don't know where to go, set up the rules, how to drag them, how to stuff like this, the kind of errors that we face with Apello, how to set up a rule if we have this feature, if this feature is actually buggy, you can get the it's linked with all our systems, so the status dashboards, the notes, the sales tracker, the NFT verification, everything. So it will be all in one command from there, so it will be much easier for also the non-tech savvy people, so they can easily set up Apello and enjoy all our features. And you can also find Apello in action in one of the biggest Cosmos chains, injective with 500,000 people in the Discord, Celestia, Metals, Anoma, and the list is super, super big. You can find me, Joe, in X, Telegram, and Discord at Joe Venner. For X, you need to add an underground, underscore. And for our project in X, it's Apello XYZ, Discord, CEA Labs. And the GitHub repo, if you want to check our codes, it's Apello-XYZ. And the website is apello.org. And we also own the old domain, which is the .xyz. And thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Joe. I quite like the XYZ domain personally, but good that you got both.
Yeah.
Yeah, all works. All right. Awesome. Our final grantee for today, Cromston from Chain Abstraction.
Hey everyone, it's Cromston. I'm representing Mega Rock Labs today, and give me a second to start sharing the screen.
Take time.
Okay, give me a signal once you can see it, and I can start.
Yeah, ready to go.
Yeah, perfect. So there's not so much of presentation today. I'll be like freestyling a bit, but like let's do it one by one. So as I said, I'm representing Mega Rock Labs. We are a team that focus on more like gaming and retail-oriented applications. Once we started a couple of years ago, like everyone was building new blockchains, infrastructure, and we were like wanting to be the only ones that at least like a team that finally built applications to fill those blocks that other blockchains generate. And we didn't actually wanted to work on infrastructure, but as a like a retail oriented app builder, we faced some problems ourselves that we try to solve, first and foremost for ourselves, but then also like for other builders in the ecosystem. So the problem was like basically that looked like this. So if we wanted to build our application like in form of smart contracts on any of the popular like blockchains, we had this issue that like normal users can't really like interact with it. The only pool of users we have is like the users who already have pre-installed wallet, and like they know how to use it, and so forth, so on and so forth. If we even take Web3 user pool as a whole, there's like plenty of users in other like other like ecosystems that we close ourselves from, and like it's kind of crime not at least not to include them. And then like once that, like there's also basically onboarding of like new users who never interacted with the Web3 applications before. We like need to somehow onboard them as well, because as a as an application developer, you want users, as many users as possible. So this is sort of the problem that we faced, and we tried to solve it. So we tried to solve it in two different ways. So like first way we realized that we can build our own like sort of built-in wallets per application. Is like sort of not the concept that we came up with ourselves. It's like, for example, here's the blog post by Rhinestone, which is like big keystone like player in this ecosystem, and like they basically like it's a sort of narrative to, for example, do like an app specific like wallet application, like category specific account application. And like, for example, we are building this token bound accounts app where you can attach an account to an NFT and then basically control it like any way you want. So for example, here we let's actually try to demonstrate it somehow. So here we can we have this NFT, like let's connect with a wallet, and go again. And for example, as we saw here, like we cannot do Ethereum. We cannot sign transactions using MetaMask or like other Ethereum wallets. But here we can actually sign a message and tell our smart contract that we'll be controlling it using like Ethereum wallet. We can also add passkeys, for example, and here I just basically add the Touch ID, use my Touch ID to authorize it, and then when we create, that happens sometimes. Actually, yeah, the issue is with at least one. This is NFT accounts, and like at least one of these credentials has to be same as the owner of NFT, which is why we need to add the Cosmos credentials as well. And now we should get a pop-up, and now it should be able to create like basically a smart account for this NFT, and this NFT, and then we should be able to control it using any of the credentials we specified. Like I need to refresh it. Sometimes it's yeah, actually this is still in development, so there's sometimes some bugs. Like here we cache it doesn't update the information about whether an NFT has a count or not, but now it should have it. So as you can see now, there is an account, and if we go here, there's basically the credentials that we installed. For some reason, Ethereum wallet is not here right now, but it is there. It's possible to control it. But basically, there's two ways we try to approach this problem. One, as we mentioned, is having basically built-in accounts like that are specific to your application, and another is sort of a more global approach where we compete with chains that also try to somehow solve approach this problem. For example, Osmosis has the smart account module. Like Xion is also a chain that focuses on that. And for the reason we go that way as well is because we build a lot of tools how to, for example, request these signatures on the front end, also how to verify them inside Cosmos smart contracts. But it's still kind of very hard. It takes a lot of knowledge. You need to learn a lot of things in order to pull this off. So for that reason, we also provide proxy accounts. And here's it's easier to understand with the demo. For example, this is technically this application we have here resides on Neutron, but like we only ask users to be connected from the base, like from basically Ethereum. You can trick user to think it's an Ethereum app, basically, or like base in this case. And here this app doesn't trick user. It's a sort of demo, and we basically tell straight away that we are creating account and so on. But like the issue is like can be like hidden. It can be behind the infrastructure, the things that happen behind, and user might not be aware that we trying to create account on Neutron. So the way it works is like first you sign a message like that tells our smart account that you control your Ethereum wallet. In this case, like, there was pop-up from Phantom, but in this scenario it acts like as Ethereum wallet because it's also now multi-chain. And then like we calculate a road basically, and then if we create, we get a pop-up, and pop-up is as if it was normal Ethereum wallet. For some reason, it's take a bit long. Let's try to do it real quick again. So first we sign a proof that we own this Ethereum wallet. Let's add a little bit more funds, then calculate route, and now it should take some time to think. And now if we try to create, yeah, like now we just basically had two pop-ups, and both of them were like specific to Ethereum, although our applications reside on Neutron. Now it takes like 24 minutes to like for the cross-chain message to go through, so we're not going to do it. But sometimes with other like other bridges, other technologies, it's way faster, right? For example, so for some reason it doesn't use the newest Eureka bridge right now, or maybe it's not deployed on base. That's the reason. So, but we have another version where we already created an account. So if we go to graph here, basically here we first sign a proof that we own Ethereum wallet, then we like submit it to like Ethereum or like Base, then it will automatically like swap it to Neutron on somehow like using osmosis or like other bridges. Then we create a smart account that user might be aware of or not, and then like later we basically use the following architecture. So our smart account, we create a hidden browser wallet that our smart account pay the fee for, and then it's just interact with the Cosmos directly. And every time you interact with this your smart account, you need to show the proof that you own the Ethereum wallet which control this account. So in a practice, it will look like this. So for example, we have a smart account with this address with this amount of Neutron here, and we can, for example, try to withdraw it. Like here's we can withdraw it back to Ethereum address, or we can try like a Neutron address. Let's do to like this amount, and then when we try to authorize the message, we get basically normal Ethereum message. And if we confirm, like we can also yeah, now there's oh yeah, actually but for some reason by default I get pop-up from Phantom, but like the account that the wallet that controls this account is on MetaMask, and with this it's actually a nice demo for the fact that you cannot do any withdraw funds using different Ethereum address, because here it tells that addresses do not match. But if I try to disable Phantom and refresh the page, so let's connect, withdraw, and Neutron address again. Yeah, like I think there's issue with connecting to my MetaMask address right now. I'm not sure if it's connected. Disconnect, connect, MetaMask. And now let's try to withdraw, authorize. Yeah, now we get yet again like the Ethereum signature prompt, and if we try to withdraw it, let's see what's happened. Yeah, now look, there's basically our hidden browser wallet. Submit the application, talk to Neutron, because like we talk to Neutron for us, relay the message to the smart contract, and then smart contract checks that our Ethereum message is legit, and then afterwards it should properly like pass the funds and execute the transaction as normal. So here we can see like the transaction on Minscan, and like it's successful. We send like basically we withdraw our 1 Neutron to my Neutron address I provided. So I think that it yeah. So this is it, like how to, like in a nutshell, how how the things work, and the solution is really modular. You don't have to use all the things that we provide. We'll basically provide tools for client side. We provide tools for smart account. We also like try to have this reference implementation where so that you don't need to do any of that. You can just somehow use it out and get your abstraction automatically for your app. And why we also provide this, like as I said, we're competing with the chains a little bit, is because we realize that the needs of applications is like way. Thing is, this ecosystem evolves way too quickly, and usually the teams that build blockchains, they can't keep up as well as the application developer would. For example, Neutron, where this application where this is deployed on right now, they kind of added native support for this Ethereum signature. And this is where we go back to what we did during previous round. Like one of the commitment was to add a new type of support, new type of signatures. So like before, the prompt we get like from the Ethereum wallet would look like this. So basically, here you have like a chain ID, like where you like a smart contract address, and then like the message you try to execute. And for normal user, it's like kind of scary. Like not every user would sign such a thing. It's like it looked like a scam for a normal user. So like that's why we last round we were focusing on the newer type of signatures. It's called EIP 712, and here it's at least somewhat better, somewhat more readable. Here you can see that there's 3 messages we execute at the same time. There's we're sending some star to this address, we like staking to this validator, and here we execute some smart contract operation.
We need to wrap it up quite soon.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll also try to do focusing on last round. We're trying to add support for Bitcoin messages and also like other, and we were wrapping up and should be like ready soon. So what we're trying to do now is like everything that we've built so far is sort of divided into small pieces, logical pieces. It's available, but it's still hard to do hard to integrate for like other new developers. So we're trying to add the documentations, do business development, explain how things work. We'll also try right now we have these proxy accounts, but like they are sort of demo state. We want to up them for proper reference implementation that's actually usable. We also want to deploy this applications on everywhere. Now Cosmos Hub added permissionless Cosmos support, and want to wrap up the stuff that we didn't do in previous rounds, and also we do some session key improvements. As I showed, you can install multiple credentials that control an account, but they're sort of root credentials that can use anything on this account. So, but if you lose one of them, your seed phrase gets stolen, the malicious guy basically get the root access to your wallet, and you don't want it. And for that reason, we also build session keys where you can create temporal credential, and also only for a specific action, for example, only for staking. But it's also not so versatile. You can only customize, limit the type of operation, for example, stake or governance. But we also want to take a look into this Cosmos JSON filtering, so which will allow to customize it any way you want. So you could, for example, limit that you can authorize, you can create a session key that can stake amount that is smaller than X, or to do governance operation that can only vote yes for, or
Carson,
only vote
we're a bit
specific.
over time,
Yeah.
so can you just wrap it up?
Yeah, that was final. So session key improvements, and basically this is it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really sorry to jump in and cut you off there. Just don't want to take up too much of everyone's time, as we're a bit over.
Yep.
But thanks,
No worries,
everyone. Yeah. Thanks, Kromslin.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
And thanks, everyone else. Welcome to the AEZ Grantees squad, to the new grantees. Thanks, everyone, for being part of this. And just a reminder, you have only 7 more days, 1 week, to cast your vote before the 8th of October. So if you're an Atom staker, and this goes for everyone on the call, make sure you share this with your communities. votes won't be counted after the 8th of October. So get the word out that you can vote for free in the Macy round, and that will really help determine the distribution of the funds that we have. So spread the word, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Everyone.
Thank you.